Hey, everybody, welcome back to the No Quarter Podcast,
Idaho's #1 podcast.
episode 27.
We think.
No, we're sure.
Okay.
I am 99.734% positive.
Okay, that's fair.
At least somebody is.
Yeah, I'm just here, you know.
Dude,
Not positive for AIDS.
you posted the clip or a short yesterday of the flat earther, dude.
Oh,
I
yeah.
had so many people.
Say, he said
Message-
retarded.
No, one of our friends, she's like, my husband's a flat earther. I was like, gotta get him on the show.
No, because we can't just have any dumb fuck flat earther on.
Yeah, I want somebody who's intelligent. Well,
Yeah, we gotta-
this guy's very intelligent.
I don't think any of these
Is
people
he
are
though?
intelligent.
No, he is. This
I don't
guy's-
think any
The
of
hard
them
part
are
is weeding him out because
No, he is very intelligent. That's the problem.
what does he do?
He's an electrician contractor.
Yeah, he's not intelligent.
Do I know him?
No. You might have met him, actually. They came out here this summer and they stayed like a week.
Mystery man, whoever you are, Rob's wife's friend's husband, you're retard.
Listen, dude, I was
He will come on and debate you.
I was an apprentice. I was a journeyman.
He
I
doesn't
was
wanna
a
debate me.
foreman. I was a project manager in electrical, and I am dumb as fuck. So I don't know what kind of electrician he is. But if he believes in the flat Earth, I'm telling you now.
There is a lack of intelligence
There's a little bit of
on a
dum-dum going
fundamental
on.
level that allows a person to
Good
get the
businessman,
flat
maybe.
Earth. Yeah.
Bad brain.
Here's the thing, though. You know what we've, especially post social media, it doesn't take intelligence to be successful in business. It takes
This is true.
sensationalism.
I'm a dummy.
If you're a sensational and you find an audience online, you're going to be successful in
That's it.
business.
Yeah.
Now you might squander it and run your business into the ground, but success takes sensationalism.
That's true.
Let's talk about me being missing from the last episode. I was a ghost.
Whoops.
Oh, Yeah, it was-
everybody's like, "Where's Rob?" I'm like,
well,
I was there.
there was a picture of him.
Oh, there was.
we
a
heard your
picture of me.
voice.
Yeah,
You should have done a different picture for every time he spoke.
Dude, you know how much work that would have been? And dude, I've been like asking him for photos, and his Instagram has like 4 photos of him. So yeah, no,
Just start screen grabbing.
I don't have the collateral. I'm just gonna follow him around and take random ass pictures of him.
we did have a good day at the range though yesterday.
That was fun.
He followed me around with a camera. I don't know how much good content we got.
I don't know.
but
I forgot my camera at your shop last night, so I couldn't cut anything.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I'll do it today.
I would have gone if you guys communicated.
We did
We
communicate.
did
We told you what
communicate.
time
You
we were going
just-
to be there,
Didn't read the
No.
subtext.
No, because
bro. I fucking dude.
I said if you guys can go later, I'll go, and there was nothing after
scatterbrained.
that.
I was scatterbrained. Here's the day. I get to work. There's all kinds of stuff going on. I got a million things going on. We were supposed to be there at 10.
No lie.
And
On the
then
way
take off.
there from the shop to the thing, he probably got like 27 phone calls.
Bro, it was crazy.
It's the worst.
And so my hands were full. I had a new gun that we're going to be demoing, which was the main focus of that. We're going to demo the Daniel H9 pistol.
It's a winner.
And yeah, it's a cool gun. We'll get into that a little bit. But I wanted to take out the Beretta, the little PCC,
yeah.
pistol. And
PXC.
I put it. No, it's a
PCC?
PCC carbine.
Oh, yeah.
But it's registered as a pistol for now. But I stuck it on my tire, my rear passenger tire.
Yeah.
We load the truck up. We go to back out,
You drive over it?
and we hear boom, 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 and we're like,
Guess you just bought a new gun.
Fuck. Well, it was my gun anyhow.
Oh, okay. Well,
I run out, and the gun's wedged in between my 37-inch tires and the fender.
was the
Like
gun
not
damaged?
hard. No, it was not damaged at all. But
Well,
we were not 100%.
not to the
certain.
naked eye.
Yeah, not to the naked eye. We'll see.
I mean, that's
We
nothing
might
but a
have had a
durability
baffle-
test.
He had a
We
little
might have
silencer
had
go on there too.
Yeah, we might have had a baffle strike yesterday at the range.
On a suppressor?
I mean, they look fine. The baffles look good. Yeah, I had a suppressor on it.
It was that suppressor is pretty sweet, except for the
silence
threading.
scope.
I don't like the threads.
What was it?
The
It's silence
silencer
scope.
go. What is it? The Delta 9 or something
No.
like that, or
I need
Omega 9.
Omega
something.
9,
I
that's
need
what it
to.
is.
I need to just sack up and spend the money and get something that flows forward. I fucking hate shooting suppressed, but it's so Like it's a it's mandatory.
I mean, this one wasn't hearing safe. Obviously, we were running 115s full power, but it's still quiet. It takes a lot
takes a
of it.
substantial amount of sound off of it.
Yeah,
I mean, you could
it's a great suppressor.
you could
it's like one
absolutely
of our number one selling suppressors.
not wear hearing protection,
Mhm.
and I mean, it's not comfortable, but it's tolerable.
Yeah,
It's like a loud concert.
yeah. Like when I shoot my rifle suppressed, if it's just like a quick burn down, real quick, just like check something with my rifle. I don't put your
Behind
the.
the gun, it's quiet.
Yeah.
Next
Oh,
to
yeah.
the gun, it's a little loud. Yeah.
Were you guys in the sim shop bay?
We were
That's-
using yours.
Were you guys under the overhang? That does not.
No.
No.
Even if you have the most suppressed thing in the entire planet and you're running that fucking metal up top, just so loud.
Demolition Ranch just he's like on his way out of YouTube.
Yeah.
So he's doing
Which
his
is a bummer, dude.
I know. I like him. But he's doing his last few videos and he was like, how quiet can we make a rifle? And so he like wraps it in moving blankets and like foam and all this kind of stuff. And then all of a sudden you see him throw this thing on the ground and in comes a skid steer and he dumps an entire bucket of dirt on top of it and they shoot it and it's like
We got it.
That's hella funny.
It's crazy, bro, because like my whole gun career was watching him and his brother passed away of cancer and had his own YouTube channel, like documenting every single day
it
in
was
the
super
life of
sad.
his up until he died.
It was
Shit.
And dude,
super
so
sad.
following his vet business, his dad's YouTube, his brother's YouTube.
His dad has a YouTube?
Yeah, his dad has a YouTube also.
I know his brother's like a gamer
Well, he's-
YouTuber.
He died.
No,
Cancer.
no. His other
Oh, the
brother.
other O. But so to grow up in the last 18 years doing this, like watching all of the videos from the family.
I liked the
Like-
renovation, like his house
Yeah,
build.
so did
That
I.
was
But
cool.
people didn't like that. Apparently,
Dude, that exploded his channel.
I don't know. Some
Maybe not in the
people-
gun community, but
Yeah, I don't know.
whatever.
What kind of gun guy doesn't like a remodel?
I don't know. He bought this. He
An
called it an
abandoned
abandoned mansion.
Yeah.
He bought this dope, like super cool property, and this. I think the original intent, or at least that's what they kind of led you to believe, was to remodel it and flip it.
Hmm.
But he ended up like making this place
Yeah,
super cool.
it's amazing.
Put a bunker in it, like the whole thing, and then they made that their primary residence. And it's the whole
Dope.
series was so fun to watch.
That's dope.
Because like him and his wife just they were creative like the whole time, like, oh, let's do this and let's do this, and they built on like a guest apartment and like put a bunker underneath the garage, and like it was just really cool.
I'm surprised you don't have
So-
a bunker.
Dude, I need to downsize. I want a simpler life. I'm just kidding.
Downsize your house.
No, it's either we downsize or we go big and buy some
Your house-
major property.
Oh, like your house doesn't seem like it's unmanageably large.
No, it's not. My house is small, dude.
I'm
Our
like-
house is like, it's just two of us.
Yeah,
It's nice, but our property, I mean, like,
I mean you've got chickens in a shop, but I mean it's not like you're out
it's
there
just like
farming
it's
John
so
in
many
it.
Yeah.
things. I wish I had like 10 acres because I would build a fucking.
Yeah, but I mean,
Legit.
if you want a simpler life, more land ain't gonna make it
Yeah.
more simple. You're gonna
I want a shooting
because
range.
because what your
I
wife is gonna do
legitimately
is
want a
she's gonna be like,
shooting
cool.
range.
Now we also have 3 acres worth of a garden, and you got to buy tractors. You're gonna
Yeah.
be all of your time is gonna be managing your property.
Oh.
I want.
I could downsize and we can move to a beach community somewhere.
see that's where you're at. But beachfront property
That's where my
up in
head's
the
at.
call, dude. Those
No, I'm
houses.
talking like a beach,
Like
like
an actual
Florida.
beach.
Oh,
A lake beach.
dude, some of those beachfront
They're
properties
sick.
to the. I guess it would be to the north or to the west, like. You know where the lodge is? Kind of
Yeah.
like where the lodge and then along, dude, those beachfront properties are so sick.
Oh, there's
Amazing.
like one that's like modern. It's been like
Yeah.
complete. It's fun. My
So
wife and I are
cool.
like, what the fuck?
Those condos, right? So right by like the Shore Lodge.
the ones
So
across the
if
street.
you leave the parking lot of the Shore Lodge and go downtown, right across the street
Yeah.
to the right there, those brand new condos, dude, they're like $400,000 now.
yeah, fuck
Jeez,
that.
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Dude, what I want is like 10,000 acres, but then I'm only going to live on like 5 acres of it. And then the rest I just want to be forest so I can go hunt and quad and dirt bike and
That'd be amazing.
bushcraft and
It's gotten so expensive land here and just in general. It's
eBay.
buy land on
eBay.
eBay. Can you do that?
Fuck yeah.
You can buy land on eBay.
Yeah.
interesting.
I don't believe it.
Did I just fuck you guys up?
I don't believe it. That's-
eBay. Yeah. So
Really?
so yeah, it's pretty incredible. It's just like
I mean, it's just an auction site. I guess it's like, it's not contractual until you
Oh.
sign.
more people are angry at me at homies now.
Uh-oh.
Everybody's always angry at you online. Same with you. You guys go online.
I don't say
You just-
anything that's
you
not
guys
true.
just attract hate online, the both of you.
I said stop taking
I don't.
advice from
You don't.
I
stop
don't
taking
seek
advice
it
from
out.
recreational shooters.
I just won't shy away from
You,
it.
you don't seek it out, but anytime you see something that you don't like, you can't not comment on it.
Well, kind of. I don't like how somebody tried to attack my wife for the name of her market.
Yeah.
So that was kind of bullshit. So
It's
I had
all-
to call that lady out.
It's honorable of you to protect your wife's virtue on Facebook.
So
How does somebody get mad over triggered market?
I don't know because
She fucking got triggered.
did you guys watch that Soft White Underbelly interview I sent this morning?
No, but dude, do you watch some of his like
Not
a lot
often,
of his?
but dude, I'm not gonna. So it's titled "A Leftist Rant," and I'm probably 3/4 of the way through it. I'm not gonna lie to you. It makes me very sad. Like
Dude.
it just makes me sad. Not necessarily because of her beliefs specifically, because look, your beliefs are gonna be your beliefs. But she is so affected by all of these external things that her entire
Their lives are run by the drama.
yeah.
Who's
Like,
this?
Just
That
liberals
interview
in
I
general.
sent to the group this
In
morning.
general, liberals, dude, bro.
But I think conservatives are the same way.
I don't know.
I think
I can find common ground in a lot of things besides politics.
I think there's a lot of conservatives that, and maybe this is more.
bro,
of-
I just want to be left the fuck alone. And dude, you see what they're doing now in New Mexico? California's talking about they need like 3.5 billion to pay for. They're out of money. They need to borrow 3.5 billion dollars for illegal fucking healthcare.
This is California.
Yeah, California.
That's against our constitution.
Like, bro, where in the fuck? Like,
That's against
no,
the California
no.
Constitution. Their constitution requires them to have a balanced budget.
well, they don't have a balanced budget. They're broke.
Colorado, 60 acres for sale. The bid starts at
Are you
$99.
on eBay right now?
Yeah, what the fuck? Of course I am. Why do you think I got so quiet?
No, I don't know. There's no like I can find common ground in a lot of things. Politics, we're definitely going to be divided, but we don't need to talk about politics.
I think,
but
I
their
just think
whole
there's a lot of
identity-
conservatives where their entire identity is wrapped up in their political.
I don't know, dude.
leaning.
I would say less than a liberal.
20
For sure.
acres, Placer Cow Creek, gold mining claim, land and gold mine, $500. There's 8 days left on the bid, and there's 0 bids.
Where is that? Is it like in the middle of nowhere?
Yes.
It's owning,
Yeah.
it's land.
Like-
It's land. I don't know. It's land.
Okay, I want
40
let me-
acres
let
in
me
El
rephrase.
Paso.
I want land in some kind of proximity to civilization where we can still feel like sort of relatively normal human beings.
Like you want Starbucks every once in a while?
No, not Starbucks, but like Dutch Bros.
There you go. Upstate New York,
I
25
couldn't care
acres.
less about
I
any
say
of that.
not Starbucks as I'm literally drinking Starbucks.
25 acres of
Brew
land in
your own.
upstate New York, 25 minutes away from Canada.
I did brew my own, but I've been out of my house since
Oh my God.
7:45 this morning, and so I ran out of my own brewed coffee, and I needed more. I'm
More.
tired today.
Me too, man. I woke up really sleepy today.
Well, I've been eating really clean, like really clean, and then
Detox.
yesterday, Rob and I went to lunch afterwards, and then my mom and my wife.
Hey, I took.
and
You've never
myself
been to
and my
the
kids.
Stage Stop.
Stage
I don't eat at the stage stop.
Stage Stop.
Yeah,
I don't
always
eat
call
there.
it the Sage. It's
I
So
won't.
Sage.
then we went to Texas Roadhouse last night, dude.
Oh, boy.
My stomach was jacked. I
Got
slept
home and
like-
just like, I need a toilet.
I
I'm gonna
slept
shit.
horribly,
Yeah.
but I'm down like 12 pounds.
That's good, man.
Yeah,
Keep it
Keep
up.
it up.
I'm
Keep it
going
up.
to.
I'm gonna start a new diet. Bulimia. I think I'm just
I'll
gonna
talk
start.
to you. So like I did a kind of a deep dive on I had a very specific goal. I'm like, look, I'm just kind of sick of being fat. Like that was really how I approached this whole thing. I've done like I did keto and I was pretty successful with it, but it wasn't a sustainable lifestyle for me. So then
No.
you get off of it and you don't have good eating habits after that. And so what happens? You gain it
right
back.
Any low carb diet can fuck you in the end.
So, well, it's not even so it's not that the diet itself, it's what are you going to do post diet? And so my entire goal was, I mean, I said it at the beginning of the year, I want to go into being 40, the healthiest I've ever been. So
Same.
I've got 3 years to optimize my habits, to optimize my diet, and to create a solid foundation for what is sustainable for the rest of my life.
Are you 37 right now?
37.
I'm fucking older than you right now, bro.
Yeah, baby. I'm the baby.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I've got
10 years older.
I've got
than
3 years
both of you.
to
You're 47?
Yeah,
God damn, bro. You're almost 50.
I know. Crazy. Can't
That's
wait.
all right.
Yeah.
50's a new 20.
Can't wait.
50's a new 20.
The thing is, so like,
So go ahead.
no, it's Sherry had this goal too, right before she turned 50. Like a
Oh,
year
she looks
before,
fucking great, though, dude.
Well, she had a goal
She's
to
working
lose
her
50
ass off.
pounds before she reached 50. And dude, she put her fucking mind to it and
Oh,
she
yeah?
never looked back.
No.
She started meal prepping. She started exercising. she started watching all of her intakes,
Mhm.
the foods. Like the food is the biggest thing,
biggest
right?
thing, dude.
The most
But,
important part.
It's so easy.
I didn't get on board for a fucking year. Do you know
Yeah.
how hard that is when both of you are not doing it?
Oh, yeah.
I'd feel like a piece of shit now looking back. And I'm still not on 100%. But dude, she was making her own bread. She was portioning.
Dude, I weigh
Sticking
food.
to a straight, no carb lifestyle.
Yeah, see, I'm not doing that.
Like it
I
was
can't.
crazy.
Yeah.
Well,
And it works.
And I'm not interested in being no carb. I'm interested in understanding what fuels my body, what promotes muscle growth,
Mhm.
and what is sustainable. I know myself. I like pasta. I like fresh bread. I want to be able to eat that stuff, but I want to understand.
Yeah, we all love that shit.
I want to understand in what, because it's not inherently unhealthy. It's the volume of it that can be.
Yeah.
So I wanted to understand how much of this am I consuming and how is it affecting my body?
Yeah.
So now all I'm doing right now to lose, I'm in a caloric deficit.
Mhm.
So I understand what my basal metabolic rate is, meaning if I were just to park my ass in this chair and sit here and think, how many calories am I going to expend in a day just existing?
Yeah.
So I found my basal metabolic rate. I am in a caloric deficit for that.
Mhm.
So meaning I'm going to burn more calories
Because you move.
in a day.
Yeah.
And then anything supplemental that I do exercise wise is a burn. Right. And then I understand what I need to fuel my body and what I'm going to give myself to satiate me the most. So being in a caloric deficit doesn't require you to eat clean in any specific macro. Like I could, in theory, lose all the weight that I want eating Pop-Tarts, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to feel full.
You're only going to get to eat 4 though.
Well, right. But I'm not going to feel full, and I'm going to be constantly battling myself with hunger pains and cravings and all this kind of stuff. Right.
And the sugar crash.
Yeah. So I'm prioritizing protein as much as I can. And then my fats and my carbs, they fall where they fall. And really the goal is to stay in a caloric deficit. And
Yeah.
I've been doing this for just about 3 weeks and I'm down 12 pounds.
Have you
And
tried?
I'm pretty full.
There's a low carb meal called Pussy. That is just fucking.
What was that thing we used to eat back in the day?
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, that's good, man. I just want to lose weight so I can gain an inch in my dick.
Yeah.
That's it.
How does that work?
I don't know. For every like 30 pounds you lose, you get an inch. Isn't that how it works? It grows.
So that means I should have gained a third of an inch? I don't think it works that way.
Yeah, get the measuring tape, boys.
No, inflammation too is a huge
Oh, yeah.
huge deal. Like
Yeah.
My wife hasn't slept in the same bed as me in months.
Why?
Because I snore so bad.
Get a CPAP.
I stopped snoring.
yeah.
I'm down 12 pounds and I've stopped snoring. And it's not the
It's
weight.
crazy. Like she has all these potions.
It's the inflammation.
Like it's the inflammation, yeah. So like she'll get up first thing in the morning, drink like a bunch of water,
Yep.
and then she will have her
this potion called water.
apple cider vinegar.
What's this magic you're doing?
She fucking drinks apple cider vinegar, has all of her,
Good for your gut and all that kind of stuff.
dude, she's got it down and she's got it down. It's crazy.
I think the big thing, like I was thinking about for me recently, is like self-love. I mean it.
Okay, we're gonna take you seriously, Keg.
All right, self-love.
Tell me how you're loving yourself. And
So,
not
like-
that way.
Well, since like December, I've been going to the gym like a tremendous amount more, like way consistent, but not really honing my diet. But I'm just moving more.
You can't
because-
outwork a bad diet.
No, you can't. I'm not trying to outwork a bad diet. I'm trying to move my body so I don't want to fucking swallow shotguns in the winter.
That's fair.
Right?
So, winter's almost over. Thank God.
Oh my God.
This has been a brutal one. This
fucking-
winter sucked.
I fucking hate winter. So
I
much.
love winter. I like if I'm gonna be in the cold, I want it snowy.
I want
Continue self-love.
self-love, right? So like what Sherry's doing, waking up, prioritizing water, getting your vitamins and minerals, like doing all of those things, that's like one of the highest like forms of self-love. Like I really believe it. Like I'm giving myself the capacity to truly care about myself, me as number one, to prioritize this. So
You've been listening to too many stay-at-home white girls on Instagram.
nah, man, I don't.
Do you have-
Surprisingly, I don't.
Do you have,
The thing is,
do you have
though,
daily
like-
affirmations?
Yeah, well, you want to know what, dude? Check
You
this
do,
out.
don't
Hold on.
you?
Pause. I do. I have quotes that come to my phone, and it's like, "You can do this, Jer." And I'm like, "Thanks."
You look in the mirror and like, you're beautiful.
No, I look in the mirror and I go,
You're a strong,
I
powerful
look in the mirror and I
woman.
go,
Man.
I go, Erica, I'm so fucking sorry you have to have sex with me. I'm so fucking sorry that I want to fuck every day. No, I do. Yesterday I had a good one, and it was happiness is an inside job. And I was like, damn, that's profound as fuck.
Happiness is an inside. I disagree.
No, don't. You can't.
I can.
Pause. You can't disagree. Happiness is an inside job. Think about it.
No,
Right?
I'm thinking about it.
Think hard about it.
No, I think, I mean, so I get what you're saying. I mean, she's made a commitment to herself. This
Yeah.
is what she's going to do. It doesn't matter what I'm doing, if I'm on the program or I'm not on the program. Thank
self-love.
God I'm finally on the program somewhat. I mean, I'm not as strict as she is.
Dude, you dropped like almost 40 pounds.
Dude,
Yeah, you're skinny.
I'm fucking, I feel great too. My body doesn't hurt as much anymore. And I want to be better for her too.
Yeah.
Better
Yeah,
for us,
same.
better for our grandkids, better for our daughters. Like I want to be better in general. Yeah. One of the things that I can tell you when I was definitely on the program, like a lot, and doing the fasting in the morning, dude, my head was so much clearer at work. Not eating breakfast before, or eating lunch, or eating a meal before like 11:30.
Yeah.
I don't like
which was very
breakfast.
difficult for me because I absolutely love breakfast.
Yeah.
Like I love
breakfast food is the best.
I love having
Mm.
eggs, bacon in the morning, every morning.
A good breakfast burrito is hard to beat.
It's really hard to beat.
That's so hard
Dude,
to
there
beat.
is this place in Santa
They're
Cruz
so yummy.
I know,
called
dude.
Chill Out. Oh, dude.
But you both have to be on the plan, both parties, to make it really, really work.
Yeah, everyone
And
has
it's
to be
difficult
involved.
because when you have kids, you have shit going on and time frames. You just got to wake up
When you
earlier.
have
That's
kids,
what I
you
tell
have
myself.
snacks in the house. That's like the worst thing ever. It's like you get a little craving when I'm by myself. It's like I get a little craving. I don't have food around that is outside of my
Control.
control.
Yeah.
But like when I have kids, I've got granola bars and just things that I'm not going to eat. It, dude, that's the worst part.
Oh, I can't. I'm not even kidding you guys. I haven't smoked weed in a really long time. I stopped smoking weed. One of the main reasons I stopped getting stoned was I would get stoned, the kids would go to bed, and I would fuck their snacks up. I would fuck their dude. I'd pop on
You're
a
like,
TV
Dad,
show.
where's all my freaking
Oh, dude, all the
snacks?"
time you
That's
look at, where are
pretty
my
funny.
Z bars? And I was like, you got brownie Z bars, dude. They're fucking gone, dude. I had 3. Like, it was an endless pit of happiness last night. Like, Dad was eating.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously that's like the funny part kind of
Yeah.
thing. But like, the reality was like, I was getting stoned and snacking
Yeah.
like till midnight. And then I'd be like, I guess I'm tired. I'll go to sleep.
Yeah.
And it'd be anything, dude.
It's crazy, but you got to switch it off in your brain too, because I wake up super early every day and it's like, do I get out of bed and hit the gym in the garage? We have this beautiful gym. We have
You guys
an
do
amazing
have a
gym.
nice little
sick gym.
And it's like, we don't fucking use it.
Yeah.
We don't use it. We should be using it every day
You know what we should do?
for 45 minutes, 30 minutes.
I'll bring my assault bike in. And before we record a podcast, each of us have to kill 10 minutes on it.
It's going to smell like balls in this.
It smells like balls in here anyways.
It does not.
I am wearing my stinky Vans.
We have a
Dude,
road
oh,
Echo,
I hate
and that
stinky
bike
vans.
is just, it's
Yeah,
terrible.
it's the assault bike.
The assault bike.
It's terrible.
It's called an assault
terrible
bike because
idea.
it's assaulting. It's really, you're being battered the whole time.
Yeah.
The whole time. Do you have anything to say about that? Because I'm moving right on. My
No, go
brain's
for
going.
it.
I got a message from my friend last night. He's a pretty successful real estate guy.
Oh,
and
we have some things to cover, actually. This guy.
This is the dude we want to have on the show.
Nope.
Oh.
Another one. I'm part of like a group of guys that all have like way more success in that shit than I do.
Got it.
Let me see. I have to pull it up. I have to read this shit to you. Okay. Thought you'd love the Airbnb cancellation message I got today. Now, this guy has Airbnbs in like Boise and probably like, I think, northern Idaho-ish.
Okay.
Airbnb stock's not doing that well.
It's not working.
Hmm.
Let me actually just text him. So I can pull it.
I looked at buying some this morning. I'm like, I don't know.
You looked to buy an Airbnb?
No, the
Some
stock. It was not doing too
So
hot
for the sake of
like
this-
ever.
That's the time to buy it though, right? Go ahead.
For the sake of this, we'll call him Michael. Michael, we regret having to cancel. We truly enjoy our annual holiday in Boise. We're increasingly concerned with the U.S. president's escalations towards Canada. After witnessing his call to attack the Capitol in the last term, we are very concerned he may call for retaliation on the people of Canada. I feel bad for canceling, but hard to enjoy a holiday if you're worried.
So they canceled their vacation because they were worried
Oh,
about.
so they're Canadians.
They're Canadians
and
that come down to
traveling
Boise.
Oh gosh.
And they canceled it because they're worried that Trump's going
They're
to call
fucking
for
soft
retaliation.
people, dude. Canada, a bunch of bitches. Honestly, just be honest.
Well, so okay, if you're talking like these are probably Vancouver people,
They're fucking soft,
you know.
not all of them.
dude. They're all getting jabbed. They were not sticking up for them. Not all of them, but for the majority of the country, did not stick up for
most
themselves.
of Canada is
during
like
COVID.
most of Canada is like Idaho.
You follow that healing horses guy?
Mm-mm.
Oh, dude, I'll send you guys this. He's this like grizzly mountain man that's Canadian.
Dude, these Canadians don't fuck around like these.
There's a lot of hard Canadians.
Well, and
dude.
here's the thing: people don't understand. When we think of Canada, we think of a defenseless country because they are. They have like one.
Well, we
fucking
think of
plane.
people that live in the city. It's like when people think of California, they think of LA and San Francisco.
Right? They're not thinking of like.
They're not thinking of Redding.
Yeah.
You're like most of California is cowboys and farmers.
Yep.
And when
Agriculture and
people
shit.
worldwide hear California, they think Hollywood
Mhm.
and they think
Yeah.
San Francisco.
Yeah.
They think movie stars and they think about a bunch of homeless people and a bunch
I
of.
mean, I guess I just painted all of.
I
Canada
know
with
that
a
was mean.
broad
I'm sorry. I
stroke,
didn't mean to
but
be.
No.
They're fucking
So-
soft.
So the
go ahead,
country
sorry.
is soft as a country. Like the government is soft. Vancouver and like some of these like really populated like metropolitan areas, they're super fucking liberal. But like most of Canada is straight fucking like farms and cowboys and fucking Canadian rednecks. Like straight up Canadian
So
fucking
what's these
rednecks.
Yeah,
fucking
absolutely.
liberals' problem?
These guys are probably from Vancouver. I was dying. I was laughing my ass off and I was like, wait a second. And he was just like,
So does he have a fucking huge fee for that? when he
no.
canceled?
Since it's a month, I told him, I said, you better not fucking refund those motherfuckers. And you better tell him, like, listen, cancellation on this dick. Like, you're not getting shit back.
Yeah.
And he's like, I would, but Airbnb handles that. And since it was a month out, they were able to get a full refund.
He'll rent it to somebody else.
Yeah, no, it was just
Fuck
really
him.
funny. We're
Just
really
a weird thing.
We're
Like
really scared about your president's escalations towards Canada.
Do you feel an
This is
obligation
how
to tell
fucking-
people why you're canceling something?
This
Like,
is
I want to
why-
return this order. Well, sir, the reason I'm returning this order is because I'm like,
No,
I don't want this anymore.
These people are
Take
so brainwashed that they can't fucking think outside of what anybody is telling them to think like.
Yeah.
That's
They would probably argue the same way for us and Trump, though.
it's not true,
Sure.
dude. I fucking don't agree with everything that he does.
Yeah.
Matter
Yeah.
of fact, if I start seeing motherfuckers in handcuffs real soon, Pan Bondi and all of them can go fuck themselves.
So
Straight up. We talked about this, yesterday.
this is a great segue into what I want to bring up. We
Bum, bum,
are
bum, 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 bum.
a little more than 2 months into the presidency.
Yeah.
What are you guys' takes on what has been accomplished thus far?
nothing has been accomplished thus far.
I agree.
Nothing that will impact me has been slightly accomplished at all. In fact, I would say that
I think the low hanging fruit, which should have been like JFK files, question mark, Epstein files, like
It's
what
a
do
lot
we
of
really know?
theatrics, to be honest with you, but this is my position. If motherfuckers aren't indicted, handcuffs thrown on people that we know are fucking corrupt and have done corrupt shit, illegal shit, soon, I'm not going to be supporting much longer.
well, I heard
at all.
that what is it, USIF?
What do you want to
That
use
or-
words?
I don't know what it's called.
Okay, US. Let's go with that part. What's the second part?
IF,
IF.
USIF.
Internal
IA,
what?
you mean?
USIF?
IA maybe
the USDIA or whatever.
I
it
don't
is.
know. One of these organizations is like legit telling like all their employees like shred everything that's classified.
So here's the deal. If we've already uncovered almost $1 trillion worth of fucking corrupt and waste, why aren't people going to jail? If we can already prove that, why are people not fucking indicted and having their
I'll
bank
tell you
accounts
why.
drained by having to hire lawyers and making their lives miserable?
I'll tell you
because
why.
if that was you or I, and if I did some fucking crazy shit with my taxes, or if I fucking were buying shit with the company and fucking expensing it out, dude, and I got caught,
I'll tell you
I
why.
would be fucking having all my assets seized.
Yep.
I would have people up my asshole, and I'd probably be in jail.
That's out of the ordinary, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's
You know what the word
I'm just
indicted
over it.
reminds me of? You ever see that movie Fun with Dick and Jane?
Mhm.
And he gets indicted. And he's like, indicted! And he like freaks out. He's like, indicted! He goes off for it. I don't know why.
No, it's 'cause they
just
all-
Jim Carrey running around yelling
It's
indicted.
because they all fucking play golf at Mar-a-Lago, dude.
I don't think that's the case.
Bullshit.
But
That's
I-
why.
Yeah, dude. All these fucking rich elites, Trump, all them. I guarantee behind closed doors, he is fucking homies with
Let
all
me ask
those
you this.
liberal cucks.
Do you agree
Yeah,
or disagree that everything had happened the first moment that that dude came down the elevator, decided he was going to run for president, everything that they've done to him up until, well, still are doing to him, you think any of that's legit?
don't know.
You think it's legit? You think that that's okay?
I don't think it's okay.
You think lawfare in this country is okay
No,
to
I
go
mean,
after your political
well.
opponents and try to bring them down to their knees? Any other person, we would be wrecked.
bring them down to their knees.
We would be done. We'd be done.
I know. Yeah.
It's not. This is like.
But the question was, has anything been accomplished? And
I think exposure.
But here's the thing.
What do you know now that you didn't know 4 months ago?
For factual.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't know factually, but if what they're
That's kind of my point.
But here's the deal: if what they are saying
Exposure
is
required.
true, if what they are saying is true, they need to get to the bottom of it. And I think that they need to.
And you're
keep
talking
going
about the spending.
and keep going. Yes,
But we knew the spending was bad
we
already.
knew, but we didn't know how bad it was.
Yes, but
We
we knew it was
didn't?
bad.
I don't think you did. You know?
I don't know how you could not look at the
Okay, here's
the
my.
trillions of
here-
dollars
here-
in deficit
okay.
and not known it was that
I
bad.
get that, but you don't know the line item, right? When my fucking
I
P&Ls,
still don't know the line item.
you're getting a good look at it. They're exposing shit.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know that Hillary Clinton got all this money from Ukraine aid or whatever the fuck it was.
Okay, yeah.
Here's the deal: if you look at my P&Ls, right, like it's black and white.
Wait, should I have P&Ls? I
Yes.
don't know.
yes,
What is that? What's
Profit
P&L?
and
Profit
loss
and
statements?
loss
Oh,
statement.
yeah. No, we're lost. That's I get it. I know.
You need to
He
know
just
exactly
has
where
an
you're
L
at
statement.
daily. Like you can't run your business off a fucking checking account, which a lot of people do. You have to know what your expenditures are, what you're bringing in, and you have to set a monthly budget. Right? There's trends, right? There's all these things. And we like,
Jeremy's like, I'm
Am I
doing
supposed to do
business
that?
wrong.
but
I'm
we're
just
not
fucking
living,
around.
the government doesn't live by that. We just
No.
print more fucking money.
Yeah.
Yes.
I want to know where the fuck my money is going, my taxes. I work hard for it. I feel literally within the last 5 to 6 years, I've worked harder for less.
Yeah.
Literally.
And I still am to this day, even 2 months in.
And
No,
I
I'm
don't
not
complain.
upset.
I don't fucking complain about it. Like I go to work, I provide for my family.
Yeah.
I provide for my fucking employees. Like we work hard, we dig deep. It, like even with all the drama in California, with all the taxes, are we
Yeah.
hurting down there? Absolutely. That state's fucked up. It would be easier to just give up, go crawl
Yeah.
underneath the fucking rock or something, but we still fight. I want to know where our fucking money is going. And I think that they're shedding a lot of light on that. Now, if people don't get held accountable for it,
Yeah.
I probably will never vote again after this. Ever. Like I've given completely up on Idaho politics because everybody here in politics are a bunch of fucking retards.
In season 3 of Vikings, Lord Ragnar. I'm just kidding.
So this is just like totally probably non-factual. I'm just asking ChatGPT. How much money does the US collect in taxes annually? And it said 4.5 to 5 trillion approximately. And then
4.5 to 5 trillion. So if he's
approximately.
already almost uncovered $1 trillion worth of waste, I mean, how can you not be on board with that?
And then because they haven't done anything about it. And then in theory, the government spends 6.5 to 7 trillion annually.
So we've never had a balanced budget.
I don't know how we could have. Like we've always been in a perpetual deficit cycle.
Well, I just asked ChatGPT why Josh is Googling about taxes just to see what it would say. And it says there could be a lot of reasons why Josh is Googling about taxes. Maybe he's trying to file his return.
Did it call me an extremist?
Sounds like Josh might be curious about government
But
spending.
how can, listen, let's just be legitimate about this.
Okay.
How can both sides not be on board with trying to figure out where the fuck your tax dollars are going? I don't understand this.
I'm entirely on board with that. What I'm not on board with is telling me you're going to uncover this stuff and
It's
do
been 2
something
months,
about it.
though. That's the thing. And I'm getting frustrated too. Like, but it's been 2 months. I just got to keep reminding myself it's 2 months. Investigations take a long time. They take a fucking lot of money when it's the government. But here's the deal. You take somebody like AOC, barely getting by as a fucking bartender in New York City. How many millions of dollars is she worth now? They make $174,000 or $175,000
Insider trading.
Oh,
a
it's
year.
insider trading. I mean, that's
Like, bro, this shit is fucking
but
wild.
here's the problem: is it's a known issue and it's not illegal.
Is it not?
They
Insider
are,
trading's not illegal. Martha
No.
Stewart went to fucking prison for it.
insider trading is illegal. It's not illegal for sitting congresspeople to invest in the market,
well,
and that's problematic.
Isn't there something going on right now where they're trying to like nix that in the butt?
They're trying to.
there needs to be.
It's going to be hard to get everyone on
there
board with
needs to
that.
be
Here's the
ethics
problem: is
and
because that is both sides, left and right, do not want it because everybody in Congress is doing it.
I don't know. I think all the people should be
Gay-ass
fucking,
Dan
regardless,
Crenshaw.
right or left. The American people should be fucking fed up. But these liberals are too fucking stupid to realize that they're fucking fleecing them out of owning a home. Most of these kids will never fucking own a home.
Yeah,
Ever. They're going to be in fucking debt for the rest of their lives.
that's why this is what I'm going to do. This is
They will never own a piece
to
of
comment
property.
on what you were talking about specifically. Like, this is my goal. Part of the reason why I want a lot of land and not a little bit of land is if my kids so choose, they will have a place to build a home. Doesn't have to be right next to my house, but they're going to have land available to them to be able to build and establish a family. Because I agree with you. Financially looking forward, unless there is something that creates a hard reset in this financial cycle, I don't think that there's ever going to be a scenario where they are going to be able to find a trade and be able to buy a home for a reasonable amount of money.
Yeah.
The average cost to average income, the proportions are so far off based off of where they historically were. It's just it's not possible.
I look at our family structure, like my siblings and whatnot. We talked about this a little bit because we ran into my
Yeah.
sister yesterday. But I didn't have the greatest upbringing. We had a lot of love in our home, not a lot of money. My dad was a blue collar worker,
Mhm.
roof framer for many, many years, like 45 years. They made bad decisions with their money. They never, like, obviously they're retired here, they're living, but and they're doing okay. If it wasn't for some inheritance that my folks got from my grandparents, because my grandparents were penny pinchers. They saved and saved and saved.
Because they're Depression era kids.
Yeah, and they left my mom and my aunt with a decent amount of money. However, my mom likes to spend money. My mom and my dad. Growing up in that household, like when I turned 18 and I got a job and I just wanted to save. I saved everything. I spent less than what I made.
Sure.
Which a lot of my friends were spending every dollar that they made. If I had one friend, I had a boss actually.
Easy way to see rich people that make a lot of money, go paycheck to paycheck.
Oh, I'm going to tell you this. Like my boss, I'm not going to name names. He'll know because he straight told me he'd buy everything. The Mercedes, the trucks, the motorcycles, all this. At the end of the month, if he had $5 in his bank account,
He'd go buy a cup of coffee.
he'd go buy a cup of coffee. And he would brag about it, right? And I was like, dang, dude, it would be awesome to do that. I want to, and I had
Toys.
decent toys. I had
Yeah.
motorcycles, boats, whatever. But I never lived outside my means. I always lived in a decent home, but a lot less than what I could actually afford. And I vowed, even getting married to Sherry and starting this whole new family and journey, it's like, dude, I got to make something for them. Like I have to leave something.
Mm.
I got to do better at saving money
Mm-hmm.
because it's hard to start over at this age, right? You get to about a certain age, and if you make bad decisions, it's hard to start over at that time in life. So living well below our means in the house that we live in, driving cars that are paid for. Do I want to go buy a brand new truck? Absolutely. But $100,000?
Yeah.
I would rather have the money sitting in the bank doing something, I don't want to finance it. And so, I don't know, I feel sad for these kids growing up now. They're not going to be able to afford a home.
Yeah.
They're just not, because the government is fleecing us, literally.
Yeah.
They're fleecing, and they vote for this stuff, literally. Like they vote for tax increases. They vote for all these social programs that are doing nothing.
Well,
except for taxing
the
us.
American illusion is ease and convenience. That's just the truth of it.
I just think there's a lot of misinformation and a lot of brainwashing by this in the media.
For sure. Like
And by the time that these kids actually wake up out of this haze, it's going to be too late for them.
Yeah.
They will have nothing.
Like I said, the American illusion. It's not the dream anymore. It's just not. The illusion is have a lot. What?
Nothing. I'm fucking just playing on ChatGPT.
Oh, what something gave you pause?
Knowing everything you know, acting as if you're a person who lives in America and can vote, what side would you favor more? That's what I asked.
Okay.
I told it you have to act as a human. And obviously it said, I'm not picking any sides. I'm focusing on what's important, but these are what I would support, like important factors to be fiscal responsibility in the government, personal freedoms and rights, economic growth, national security and stability. So it wants a strong border, and government accountability. ChatGPT is a fucking Republican.
At very least libertarian.
At very least, yeah. I mean, it's just like, I want balance and fair taxation.
Let's get into what was irking you yesterday with the White House, little stunt in the White House. What'd you call it?
Oh, with Tesla?
Yeah,
They're shilling.
shilling.
Yeah, man. Trump was shilling Tesla. He basically turned the back lawn into a Tesla showroom.
Would it have
Didn't
made you
Biden
the
do
same?
that with Jeep?
Don't know.
And they sold out. Jeep took all their manufacturing.
Would it
overseas?
bother you if it was a Ford?
Yeah, I just don't think that I don't think that it's an appropriate use of time in that platform. I just don't.
But what for? But why?
Because I think that the office of the presidency, what it represents, what it is in function, should be in a non-biased, nonpartisan beacon of leadership for the people. It's a representation of the people, and I don't think
Not corporate.
I don't think that biases towards corporations are appropriate for that office.
Would you have been more mad if it was a Cybertruck?
I could care less of what corporation it was.
Well, because you said it was a Model S Plaid.
I don't know. I don't. It was Tesla's. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I like Elon. It has nothing to do with my dislike or like for.
I'm talking about like visually, like we see a Tesla Plaid Model S,
Yeah, they're cool.
and you're
They're
like
cool cars.
but you're like bullshit. That's on the property of the White House. Like you feel that they're shilling for it and all that.
I just think it was an inappropriate use of that platform.
Would it be more inappropriate if it had been a Cybertruck?
No,
That's my question.
He had a Cybertruck there.
it would have been as equally inappropriate.
He had all of the models.
I'm gonna just go out there and make
Now, if
us
it was like
lose-
a Resto Mod Bronco, like 70s Bronco, I might.
Bro, I think Trump was sending a clear message that he is in 100% support of Elon, whether you like it or not. It's his right to do that. And I don't care if my tax dollars wasted an hour of that press conference. But I think everything that they're doing now to Elon, since he's been working for Trump, $100 million down in profits, firebombing and destroying his property, his personal property. I think it was a shot across their bow like, hey, we're going to support him. And this is what we're doing. And I don't find there any issue with that at all. Matter of fact, I kind of want to go buy a Tesla now.
Don't do that.
I would never. I don't want to buy a new car.
You
but
already have a
I'm
small
just
enough
saying-
dick.
This is true. This is true.
Well, there's zero. Would you say there's 0% financing right now?
They have zero. You can either take. I misspoke yesterday. It's either or 0% financing or
No money down.
zero down on their cheaper model. I guess
Yeah. Oh, it's not on all models.
it's not on all models.
Oh, okay.
No.
I was like, dude, you should turn the Boise Black Rifle truck into a Cybertruck.
It'd just be like that one gay ass business owner that has the Cybertruck that
Yeah.
believes the Earth is flat.
Oh, does he have one?
Yeah. So I don't know if I told you guys this. I think I talked about it on air once. I tell my oldest son when we see Cybertrucks on the road, I roll his window down and I tell him to flip the car off. And
Oh my gosh, you are such a terrible dad.
I must be, but the smile on my kid's face when
Actually,
he
you're a
does
great dad. You're just a terrible influence.
the smile on my kid's face when he does it. And if they're not looking, I'll honk. And he's just out the window with his middle finger.
Yeah. What was it that when we talked to Brian Liddy that you said you told your kid to do? Like told your kid to tell teachers to F off if they ever did something?
Oh yeah, if they the exact demand for my kid was if you are ever told to wear a mask or to do something that
That's
like
right. That's what it was.
the other part was like if you are physically uncomfortable with something,
Yeah.
tell them fuck you, no, call my dad. Because at the very least that'll
You
get him
sound
sent
like
to the
FPC.
what's that?
Fuck you. No.
Yeah, fuck
Oh
you.
yeah.
no.
Yeah. Such a good
Firearm
I
Policy
love it.
Coalition. Yeah, so that's it. And I ask him regularly, what do you say to the teacher if they tell you something? And he'll just be like, fuck you, no, call my dad. It's not call my mom. But here's the point, because if he tells call my dad, they're going to be like, no. Guaranteed. But if he says, fuck you, no, he's going to the office. I'm getting a phone call no matter what. Right? I don't trust.
So you're playing 3D chess here. That's really what's going on.
I mean, I'm playing all sorts of fucking angles. I'm playing Chinese checkers, bro. Coming at you from fucking 5 sides. Dude, guerrilla warfare. But yeah, no, I hate Cybertrucks. I hate them. And I really don't like Teslas. I don't like electric cars.
I think Cybertrucks are hideous.
They look like what they should look like for being a Cybertruck.
Because I didn't buy a car, or I don't want to buy a car, I went and bought Tesla stock. It actually shot up after that interview with Trump, like over $100, and then it dipped way back down, but I don't care. I'm going to hold on to it. I'm going to see what it's going to do. He's saying he's going to double production in the next 2 years, so...
He's going to open up a Tesla plant on the moon.
That'd be dope. Tesla's main factory is in Fremont, California. And
I think he moved his headquarters
to
Austin,
did it
Texas,
move?
or somewhere.
Yeah, it's in Texas.
The headquarters, but the factory's still in Fremont, isn't it?
Oh, is it? I know it's right there off
it would
of the
cost
680, 880 interchange.
Yeah,
right?
it would cost a fucking $1 billion to move all that. Like, I not maybe $1 billion.
Well, it's so heavily roboticized.
It's so, yeah.
Roboticized? Is now.
Robotic kink?
It's robotics.
You've got to respect the dude that wants to put his fucking whole life on the line to serve the country. And it's a different capacity than serving in the military. I get it and all that, but to put yourself out there,
I think it's a different capacity.
to try to save America from going completely bankrupt and putting yourself out there. Like, dude, he's getting death threats. His the security detail
you know who
for
else
his
put
family.
their life on the line for the country and gets death threats? Tim Kennedy.
Jeez,
oh man,
going there.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna support him, and I think it was a good move to show people that Trump's got his back, and it's basically saying the whole weight of our government's got his back too. So
now, do I think so? My standpoint,
they shield for him, dude. When Obama, they had him there, dude.
I'm not saying that the government doesn't have a history of it. I'm saying that I was hoping that it would be a little different. Just a different level of, but it's not. It's the same.
We're in a different world now. Like, this is like politics are changed forever. After what they've done, these last politics have changed.
I'm not saying I regret my vote. I still support Trump.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying
I still support Trump as the president.
I like this a lot more than I like the last.
That's not what I'm saying. I knew voting for Trump that a large portion of the way he conducted himself or would conduct himself in his presidency, I would dislike. I still would prefer that the presidency had a level of decorum that elicited more respect globally. I think that Trump, on some level, is still very much just a professional troll. I get it. I get why people like it, because people are so irreverent to the way that it was.
Yeah, he is
because they're sick of the system. I understand it. I really get it.
Yeah.
There is a part of me that just likes a level of professionalism that Trump absolutely lacks.
All right, I have a question then.
Fair enough.
An interesting question. Oh, my standpoint on the whole Tesla thing? I don't give a fuck. The dude's gone golfing like fucking 13 or 14 times since he's been president, which is fine, but it costs all this fucking crazy tax. I mean, $18 million in taxpayer money. Yeah, that's gay.
At a certain point, though, like,
drive yourself, bro.
It's required. The sitting president has to have this protection.
And it's already in a budget. It's not something that's not already budgeted for.
It's like, dude,
I'd rather have him playing golf than worrying about Tesla.
That's almost like saying it costs $45,000 to get an MRI. It might get billed that way. It doesn't cost $45,000 to turn on the MRI and go, woo.
No, and I'm sure Trump pays a lot of his own money to do stuff.
I'm just saying, like, it's real cost versus projected cost.
No, it doesn't bother me. So here's the thing. If I was president, I would golf every day.
Yeah.
I would have to conduct everything on a golf course or a shooting range.
So they've got a camera now on the overall office. Have you seen this? So there's a live camera. You can go, I forget what website it is, that is just pointed at the Oval Office windows.
It's AI.
Huh? It's AI, yeah. So it's pointed at the office windows, and dude, he's in there. I mean, obviously, we don't know for a fact that he's in there, but the dude's up hella early every morning, and he's in there all day long. Like, the guy's working for us.
No doubt. I'm not.
He is definitely working for us.
13 out of 45 days or some shit. Like, that's pretty good. Go golfing, dude. And
I
here's
want
the
him
thing.
to be relaxed. I want him to be clear, meeting with world leaders, wherever that may be. If it's at
He should make the
Mar-a-Lago,
Chinese leader, whatever the fuck, make him meet him at fucking a golf course. Like, we got to play golf. You want to do business with America, Trudeau or whoever? Come play golf.
Yeah.
I think he's bringing in lots of money from other countries, huge amounts of money.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it, honestly, at the end of the day. But here is a thought.
I can tell you this,
I think we're
even
the
with the
Roman Empire.
Trump slump the first time for gun sales, we were way better off financially than we were these last fucking... Dude, this last year has been the most devastating for my companies ever.
Yeah.
Nobody had any extra money. Nobody.
I think we're the Roman Empire. I think we're in the twilight years.
Mhm.
I do. I think the American Empire is coming to its ultimate conclusion.
I don't know. We're young,
No,
dude, as a country.
man.
It's crazy.
But that's like saying the rapture's coming and it just keeps it not coming.
I'm not saying the rapture is coming.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like thinking that America's just going to crumble and fall is just the same thing. Like everyone's like, there's civil war coming. There's the end times are coming. And I'm just like, that's not.
I don't know the mechanism. I just think that societally we are irreparably divided.
Yeah, no,
And
that's never going to get fixed.
the problem is that for the American experiment to work, there has to be a level of cohesiveness, and we do not have one. We just don't.
All right. So if
It used to be that the divide between left and right was relatively narrow compared to where we are today.
you remember back in the day too, our parents, they didn't talk to their friends about politics. People didn't tell each other who voted very much. Like it was always like this like hush hush thing. At least in my family, like I remember it even just
because
like
you lived in San Jose
I don't know that
No.
we talked about politics, but we hung out with like-minded people.
with like-minded
like
people.
of course that, but it's
Like,
like
for sure. Like I don't think that
Like our
I mean,
entire
my dad didn't fucking hang out with some fag dude that dressed like a fucking woman.
our
Like,
entire,
I'll be honest with you. Like we fucking hunt and fish and camp and like we hung out with people that were
hunting,
like-minded.
fishing, drinking every day.
You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
I don't remember any cross-dressers up in my fucking family's house or, somebody that thought that they were a woman that was a man. Like I don't.
So here, I mean, this is to this point, right? When I was coming up, my entire sphere of influence,
I don't even remember any of that.
my
shit
mom's
happening.
friends, the kids that I hung out with, whatever, they were from school and church.
Yeah.
Our sphere of influence was like-minded individuals. I was talking about this with Mike the other day. If somebody that I knew or somebody that was relatively close to my sphere of people that I interact with
Mhm.
decided that they were going to allow their kid to transition, it would be the most, or even if they expressed to me that were something that they would be willing to consider,
Yeah.
it would be the most immediate delete from my life. Like, I'm sorry, our worldviews are incompatible and it's not something that I'm willing to entertain. Like, I hope all is well with you, but you're not going to be around me. Your influence is certainly not going to be around my kids.
Oh fuck no.
Like,
my
if
cousin's
somebody
tranny.
expressed to me, yes, I would be willing to entertain the conversation of transitioning my child. You are deleted from my life.
Well, if Maverick wants to be a little girl.
Gone. This podcast is over.
Yeah, no, man.
Dude, I'm going to
kids
tell you
wanna
this,
be
dude.
little
I don't
girls-
remember in school anybody wanting to train, anybody ever talking about wanting to be a boy or a girl.
We had
Like,
gays.
like I never had.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had gays,
We had.
but they were male gays that like males and girl gays that like girls, which was
Yeah.
always more okay with me than the latter.
Well, because you're a dude.
Yeah, no, two
I don't know,
chicks.
man.
Like, woo!
Wieners,
You can be a lesbian, that's hot.
wieners are inherently like disconcerting.
Yeah, no,
They just are. Like
it's
wiener,
not.
like it just is what it is.
It's not good.
My wife says it all the time. She's like, I don't get the infatuation with boobs. I'm like, because boobs. She's like, that's not an explanation. I'm like, you don't need one. If I just said to any man, any straight man, boobs,
Yeah.
everybody's like, yep.
Yep. Well, and here's the thing about boobs, though. They're unanimous. Most all women and all men love nice tits.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the point for her was like, I don't get it. They're just things. And I'm like,
They're not just things.
and that's why I said it's not something that I can explain to you. If I went up to any straight man and just went, boobs, they'd be like,
Yeah.
It's
No one would be
there's-
offended.
Nobody would be offended, and it requires one word. One
that's
word.
it. You know what?
Am I wrong?
No,
I'm not wrong at all,
Boise
right?
Black Rifle Range Day, we should run an experiment.
Go up to guys,
Just like boobs.
boobs. Like every dude is gonna be like, Yeah.
Yeah, especially the guys with their wives. See what they do. Boobs, they're gonna be like,
Yeah, bro.
yeah, we know. All right, so I have a question though, and I was thinking about this.
That's a good social. Do you mind if we run that social experiment at Grange
He has
Day?
no choice. We're free
No,
Americans.
what? Sorry, I was reading
So
something.
if somebody were to come up to you and just be like, boobs?
It'd be a good place to do it.
Yes. All right.
Be a good place to do it.
So like,
You know what?
The experiment is you do it to the men and then you do it to the women and you contrast the reactions.
All right,
Because my wife was like, I don't understand the
I have a better
infatuation.
idea. Who's giving the safety brief this year? Kyle again?
Yeah,
Okay.
most likely.
Good, because he gives a better safety brief than I do. Or at least it's more thorough.
Maybe you
Well,
should
he
do it.
follows through because the last class that I was in, you're like, if anybody is unsafe around here, we're going home. And then there was somebody unsafe and we
Shots
just let
fired
them
across the
stay.
bow.
Oh, yeah. That was a big argument, though.
What happened?
We won't air that out. I'll talk about it off the line. It wasn't the worst thing I've seen
I
on the
wasn't
range.
mad. It wasn't the worst, but it was like,
But
Jeremy he
Got
made
it.
a huge speech and then what happened?
Dang, dude. This
Yeah,
is-
but that was a conversation between me and Nick.
I know.
And
I love it. I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah, it was.
I know.
the air's a little thick in here. Gotta cut the tension.
No, because
You guys can both give the safety brief. How about that?
No, it's fine. What I want to do is after the safety brief, why don't me and Josh get up there and we try a social experiment with the microphone and get everyone around and just be like, okay, this is a social experiment, and just say boobs and just look to see what people are doing.
Boobs and just like watch
Range
all,
Day will probably never happen.
watch
again
all
if
the
we
guys
do
like
that.
this.
All the girls are just like, we're leaving.
They're like,
Fuck this place. We're fucking gone. No, I wouldn't do that at Range Day. No, I don't need the microphone. I love public speaking. But
are you guys excited about Range Day, dude? We have so many cool new vendors
I am.
like that have never been there before. It's gonna be awesome.
You know what I'm not excited about? All the promo stuff I have to buy.
What do you mean? Don't you have the promo stuff already?
Not all of it. We need more. We need
What are the exciting new vendors?
SimShot,
Oh yeah, SimShot.
New.
Victor, VKTR.
No, they were there last year.
Oh,
We
were
did
they?
actually
Oh.
very well. I mean, we sold out every single rifle after everybody shot them. Can't wait, dude. Like, it's cool.
That's gonna be
You
a fun
know,
one.
I will say this: we are.
Dude, Fireside Pine, you know the new
Yeah.
clothing. So sent them a message.
Let's do
said-
that long, gorgeous
Yeah,
beard,
yeah.
right?
So I sent them a message yesterday on Instagram and said, "Hey guys, I'm seeing your guys' advertisements everywhere.
yeah,
Your store looks amazing. I haven't been over there yet. Apologies.
it's a local store.
It's
Yeah.
local here in
right
Meridian.
next to 511.
But they were up in
Oh.
McCall, and the guy that brought his coffee stuff to the last market, he was actually in their booth, and that's how I met him.
The
So I reached out to
Triggered
him and said,
market.
yeah, the Triggered Market. So I reached out to them on Instagram yesterday and said, hey, I think that our range day is a great demographic of what you guys are doing. You guys should put a booth up. And I sent them all the information. She said, well, let me get with the owner and I'll get back to you. And today she's like, yeah, I think we're going to do that. I think that's a great idea. So I'm excited to have just like people that are not in the firearms industry. This is what I wanted to do in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to be in the firearms industry to be a vendor.
No, you just have to be, relatively like not a POS.
Yeah,
Really what it comes
exactly.
down to. Be good people.
Be good
and
people.
you can come hang.
You know what's
Yeah.
cool at the last market? The owner of Zamzow's, a local company here in Idaho, came up to me and he was like, dude, this market is super cool because there's a lot of people that are not even in the 2A community and they're all here together.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
and that's what it's about. It's about
Is
community.
Zamzo's is coming?
He says that they're going to put up a booth. Yes.
Cool. I use Zamzo's every year.
Yeah.
I use that for dog food.
Yeah. He buys all of his dog food there.
Nice.
Yeah, it's fucking expensive as fuck, and it's like not a real 40-pound bag, but it's good shit.
Mm.
And I stand by it because I know they follow my values. Like,
Yeah.
and don't get me wrong, like if I'm at Costco and I'm like, fuck, we're low on dog food, like my dogs are eating Costco food for a month. Like,
Yeah.
oh well. But like right across the street, Zam's house. So it's like
Right.
I'll leave here, go get Zam's house, go home, drop the food. And good people, good employees. I mean, he definitely hires some liberals for sure. But it's like, what are you gonna do?
That's a lawn care company. I mean,
Exactly. What are you going to do? But I absolutely, I love it. Conservative people, gun people, good
Mhm.
people. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, you have my money.
what we need as a vendor out there is a smoker company like RecTech or something. That'd be dope.
Oh, that would be cool.
Mm,
But dude, a Condition 1, they're coming from Denver. I'm
fuck
excited
yeah.
about that.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Dude, a lot of suppressor companies this year. Dude, it's awesome. It's just cool to see new names on the list of people that are coming.
yeah.
And I don't have the whole list in front of me.
When
Still
I've-
making a flyer.
I've some of my East Coast friends. I've talked to them about it. I'm like, you
That's
guys
awesome.
you should fucking come out.
Dude, we had people from all over the United States last year there.
Yeah.
Like participants.
Yeah, it's great.
So
I want to go
attendees-
spend some time on the East Coast. Like I want to go spend like a couple months driving all along the Eastern Coast. I want to go see the original like colonies and go see the old towns and go see
That would be fun.
all the historical places. Go see some of the battlegrounds.
I'd like to go
Bro,
to
I've
Washington D.C. and
I've never
actually
done that.
look at the White House. You
Never
can't
done
even
that.
get close to it, but
yeah,
they are doing tours again, which is cool.
it is. It's neat, but it's underwhelming if you have huge expectations.
The
Yeah.
White House is a really old place. I
It
mean,
is.
it was built during John Adams'
But it's
Yeah,
also been
presidency.
rebuilt.
That's true.
Yeah.
But it's a really old place.
No doubt.
And
It don't look old though.
and it's people. I think people think it is overwhelmingly massive, and it's not.
It's not that big. I mean, it's big. It's fucking big.
It's not. It's
but it's not
small.
like fucking a Marriott.
It's not
resort.
Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, no. But
Mar-a-Lago's
it's
freaking
cool. It's cool
beautiful.
to see it. But it's like you go and you're like,
I'd like to go to the 9/11 memorial, like to check that out.
Tomb of the Unknown.
That would be cool.
Tomb of the Unknown would be dope. The 9/11 one, I don't want to go to. It irritates me too much. That many people had to fucking die for
Yeah.
what I believe to be government bullshit.
So when I was in high school, I sang in choir, and we
Prove
went,
it.
No, we went to the Marine Corps ruined any singing voice I ever had. But we went to New York in 2004. Yes, 2004, and again in 2006.
Junior year, senior year, 2004 sophomore year.
I graduated 06, so 2004 sophomore year and
Yeah,
senior year. That it was still the pit, but there was a call it parking garage esque like viewing area, and we got to go walk through there, and then we sat there and sang two songs. We sang the national anthem, and then we sang it was a Latin, like I guess you could call it hymn, but like it was hauntingly eerie.
Feeling.
Especially
Yeah.
that, like now it's like a waterfall and it's all this, but back then it was probably just a pit.
Well,
And
now
that's
Apparently, they
what's-
have a museum underneath
They-
with all these crushed fire engines and steel and all this.
So
Really?
I
didn't know that would be interesting.
I got another story about that. So one of my supervisors, where I work, he's been in EMS for a long time. He was part of the urban search and rescue efforts during 9/11, and his photo is in the museums while he's sitting on the back of an engine at one of the sites that he was responsible for searching.
It's crazy.
That's cool.
Yeah, and so he's at like his photo is actually up in the memorial in that portion.
I mean, there's a lot of unknowns
It's
about
pretty
it, but
crazy.
still, dude, there were so
Yeah.
many people that lost their lives. Like, dude,
Ridiculous.
that's so crazy.
Ridiculous.
So crazy.
And,
And
still
the
new
images, bro,
footage.
I will never forget it. I was getting ready for work. I just had gotten up. My mom calls me and said, "Are you watching the news? We're being attacked." I'm
You
like,
mean in 01?
yeah, when this
Yeah.
was going down. I'm like, what? I flip on the TV, and then that's when the freaking second plane, boom. I'm like, what the hell? Dude, I knew for sure everything that we knew right then
Changed.
was completely changed for the rest of our
I
lives.
woke up to my mom screaming.
How
It's
were you not in
crazy.
school? I was already in school. I had an early period. That's probably why. I was sitting my first period class at school. Teachers just like,
I'll never forget.
Turning on the TV.
I
She
She
called
may have
into
been
work
watching
that
it
day.
not live.
Oh,
but
okay.
I don't
I
know.
called into work that day and I watched the TV all day long, going, "Oh my gosh, what's going to happen now?"
That's all we
What's
did
next?
at school all day. I still went to school, but we watched
yeah.
we watched the news in every period all day.
One of the kids in my school, I remember someone like, oh shit, like so and so, his mom came and picked him up, and I guess his brother or uncle worked in the Twin Towers.
Mm.
No answer to as if he was okay or not.
Yeah.
I don't know. And
I mean, so
whatever.
many people were afraid that there were going to be attacks on major military infrastructure hubs.
Yeah.
And Travis Air Force Base is a massive logistics hub.
Yeah.
And so people were very worried that
Bro, I worked with
that
a bunch of
Travis was gonna be a
Afghanis at the
target.
time. I was in the car business.
Yeah.
I worked with a bunch of Afghanis at the time, and they were fucking
oh
paranoid.
yeah, they freaking
like,
put
oh,
their
They're
hey,
like, fucking
we're
what?
going to get attacked.
For months and months, they're like, dude,
Well, it's what happened with the Japanese Americans during World War II
yeah.
after Pearl Harbor. I mean, if you're,
Hate.
I mean, literally hate, and a lot of them were basically put in
Internment.
internment camps.
Yeah.
So I mean, I kind of understand. Like, there's gonna be some fear. It's wild. God, I hope we never have to. I mean, we're going to, but I hope we never have to deal with that again.
Well, you know, the most dangerous person in America is a white male, per Biden.
Better watch out.
Yeah,
Better watch out.
I'm a scary fella.
Yeah.
I know, me too, right? Like, I'm so terrifying. As I'm over here opening the door for old ladies, like, here you go, ma'am. Have a wonderful day today.
It's crazy where we've come in such a short period of time, like from then to where we're at now.
It's crazy how much we've come since then.
Like daily.
It's wild times, man.
Yeah.
Politics are crazy.
It is. So I still have this question, though.
Mm.
If you could pick anyone, not necessarily even in politics, that you would blindly vote for to be president,
Blindly.
like just like fuck it, they're running. That's it, done. Don't
Does it
care.
have to be currently alive?
No,
What's the rule? Like anyone in
just
history.
fucking whoever.
Anyone in history.
I mean, just whoever. They say I'm running for president. And you go, my vote's already made. No, nothing else. Just right then and there. Boom. Done.
Okay, there's got to be a little more constraints. Is that right now?
Okay, then alive right now.
Somebody alive
There we
right
go.
now.
How about
Okay.
alive right now? If you could just, they say, hey, I'm running, and you don't even give a shit. You're like, I'm 1,000% voting. Like how some people were when The Rock had been like, maybe, and everyone's like, oh,
Fuck that guy.
if The Rock fucking, I'd vote for him right away.
No
right?
way.
No, yeah, same.
You know who I would vote for? Honestly, Andy Frisella. He's the most common sense person on, or Joe Rogan. Those two people.
Rogan's a good answer.
Those two right there are the most
reason
common
why
sense fucking dudes on any platform.
The reason
anywhere.
why I think Rogan is a good answer is not because I necessarily agree with everything that he
Sure.
may put into policy, but there are so many thousands of hours of his thought process.
Dude, they are smarter, more intelligent,
Well,
more articulate.
he's not
Both
going to
of
make
those
a
two
choice.
guys-
You know he's not going to make a decision without thinking through multifaceted outcomes. I want that. So that's a really good answer.
Those are the two people that
Man,
come to my mind.
that's a good answer. I would like somebody with a little bit of exposure to
Politics.
well, no, to like how the global political stage is played.
I don't give a fuck about global. Honestly, to be honest with you, like I don't know. I'm not I'm not well versed in.
But that's
how
why
much
you hire
money-
people in your cabinet.
But we have to be aware of it.
Well, no, I know we have to be aware of it, but
we're so codependent on other countries, for
which we shouldn't be. But we did that ourselves.
for many
Did we-
many things.
But did we fucking rely on anybody during World War II? We built our own fucking ships, our own airplanes. Like, dude, we did it all. Everybody. We put everybody to work. Women building airplanes.
I do not think
women building tanks.
I do not think World War II would have been won not being a part of the Allied powers.
I don't know.
I just if it were America v. Axis, I think we would have lost.
Wait, you think the Italians would have beat us?
No, I think America v. Axis powers
Oh, like combined.
combined.
Okay. I'm like, because like when I hear Axis, I think immediately.
I'm
like,
100%
the Italians.
America first, dude. I don't really care about anything happening globally. I don't want to hear about the Buckingham Palace bullshit drama. I don't want to hear any. I want to know what the fuck we're doing right here. Secure our fucking borders. I will pay gladly to taxes to defend.
I agree with
The United States.
I agree with supporting our borders, but I think that to me, inherently an American life isn't more valuable than another life.
I don't know. I'm us.
During the pandemic, I would have blindly voted for the Tiger King on a whim, bro. We're so fucked.
Who's your pick though? Honestly, those are my two guys. I really think that they're very
100% honesty.
I don't know that there is.
Tiger King.
That's not
Joe
honesty.
Exotica. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Joe
I am never
Exotica?
going to financially recover from this. No, I don't know. Honestly, like I would want someone that is just like absolutely unhinged. Like,
See, I'm complete opposite.
unhinged.
I
Like,
want somebody who would
someone that will
be-
like literally look at like Zelensky and just be like, bro, you're so fucking dumb. Get the fuck out. Fuck you.
This is gonna
Eat my
be-
asshole.
I'm gonna get beat up for this one.
Oprah.
Someone like Jocko that has
Jocko's a good answer.
that has this drive towards completely owning mistakes, completely owning when I don't know, being willing to be a firm, resolute leader, like somebody like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about someone like super victorious, like someone like Tom Brady?
No.
Super winning. The dude doesn't know how to lose. He wins so much.
Yeah.
There's a
No.
lot of people though,
Taylor
that
Swift?
fall on their sword and they
Sports.
They-
Sports are a little irrelevant to me though.
own when
They're
they're
super
wrong.
irrelevant to
Yeah.
everything.
You know what I mean? Like there's, I don't know, Jocko, really?
Yeah.
So here's the thing.
I don't
If-
necessarily know like him, but somebody like that who just has a very sound moral ethical compass.
Could you imagine Jocko as president though with Instagram? Just like in the
I
darkness.
think Jocko would make a fantastic leader.
Just in the darkness, 4 a.m. It's Jocko from the White House. Today we're gonna slash budgets. Out. Just like 4 a.m. pictures of his watch.
Yeah.
4 a.m. President's working.
I think I'd take Jocko over Rogan.
I think Rogan over Jocko just because of I think Rogan and Jocko would make a fucking great team.
I think Jocko is more bipartisan than most people would think. I think so many people hear his background, think that dude is hardcore righty. Like I think he is far more centrist than a lot of people would believe.
I do like what he's doing with Origin. I mean, that's freaking cool. That's a good story.
All American. Those pants are so expensive.
I think he'd
I
be
want a pair.
Yeah. Yeah. And what I appreciate, like people try to demonize him. I don't think that he is a blameless leader. I think he owns his mistakes. I think he has a background that he leverages for.
What about Sean Whalen? Lions
fuck
not
that
sheep.
guy.
No way.
Fucking con man. So all jokes aside, I cannot think of someone that I truly would blindly vote for, but I can
Yeah.
think of the qualities that I would want.
That's what I mean. I think
And it's hard to quantify that because, like, you know, Joe Rogan would.
I don't know anybody intimately enough to. But do you really know candidates that you vet intimately? I don't know.
No, I don't know Trump.
Or
The
you
only
you
time I've
probably
ever-
arguably know Rogan and
The-
Jocko more based off of their platforms, or freaking First Form guy off of their platforms because of how much hours you've listened to them talk just freely
yeah,
than
I
you
think,
will any candidate.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
And I think I like Rogan.
Dude,
how
I've
it's-
never met a candidate or anybody in office intimately, except for when I moved here and I was able to be in Brian Linney's face or Tammy Nichols' face or
yeah.
elbowing with these people when
Yeah.
we were helping them with their campaigns.
It's
and
it's really great in Idaho that we can just have access to our people like
yeah,
that.
it's crazy. Because then
Like-
you get to know them. Like going down and having a cigar and a drink with Linney, like I feel like he's a real person. You know what I mean?
He is
Like
alive.
a legitimate
He
person.
exists.
and
Well-
you could talk to him and you can find out exactly like we
No-
could sit
none
here
of
and have
these
this
people are
conversation.
gods. Like
No, not at all.
I have this like weird thing. So I've had this conversation with a few people where there's like where you work your whole life in a company or an organization where there's like a very defined hierarchical
Yeah.
organization, and you kind of develop this almost knee-jerk reverence towards your bosses.
Yeah.
And at a certain level, you're like, oh, don't talk to the VP. Like that's the VP.
That is the worst thing that you could do in a
that's
company.
that's the chief guy. There is not a single table that I don't think I belong at. Now, that's not to say that I don't have something to learn. I'm always willing to learn from but there is not a table or a group of people that I'm not willing to sit down and be like, they're just another bag of flesh and bones.
Dude, I've
That's it.
always been that way. Like when I played hockey and stuff, and like when I was out of like, I wasn't playing competitively, I was just dating Eric and stuff. She wanted to go meet the Sharks like in person.
Yeah, they're not special.
And I mean, I had met all of them.
Yeah.
And I had skated with all of them, and I had played games of like captain skate against them and stuff. So
Just
it was
dudes.
literally just like, you want your jersey signed? She's like, yeah, but I don't want to talk to him. And I walked up and like Joe Thornton comes out. I'm like, Joe, hey, can you sign this for my girlfriend, dude? And he's like, oh, for sure, man. Yeah. And it's like, treat him
It's
normal.
Just a dude.
And it's really important though, too. And like, even when I worked for one of the largest C10 contractors in the country, and I was just a project manager guy. I was
Yeah.
a Joe Blow. I mean, I was middle of the road management, but I was
Whatever.
nobody. I like legitimately made it a point to enter the building through the entrance that walks right past the owner of the business's office.
Just a dude.
And I'd always push his door open slightly and just be like, what's up, Haas? And I'd walk by. And I'll tell you what, at the company events and stuff where he's sitting with like a few people, he'd always come over and say hi to me.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Jeremy? How you doing, man? And everyone's just like, and I'm like, yeah, I fucking say hi. I go in, I pop his office open and I go, what's up, man? And I say hi to him every day, 5 days a week.
And that's not to say that I don't respect.
Oh, I gave him respect, but it was like,
But if you were the regional president of freaking Dunder Mifflin,
we're gonna have.
You're just like, you're not special to me.
No, we're gonna have.
It's cool that you've achieved a thing.
Yeah, that's great. You worked hard.
I'd love to learn from you. Like, but you're just another bag of bones and muscle, bro.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have a completely unprofessional conversation with you. I'm gonna talk to you just like a regular dude.
No, because you're just a regular guy.
Yeah. That's it. I was never just like, good morning, sir. It was
Yeah,
just
we're
like,
offline.
hey, boss, what's up, man? Like super informal. And I think that everyone else spent so much time ass kissing him that when I walked, I like literally one day, his door was cracked.
Yeah.
But I could see that he was just sitting there. Like he had a big window. I would literally just like push his door and just be like, morning, Haas. And he'd be like, morning.
I love it when people introduce somebody fancy, or they think this fancy. Oh, this is Joe. They're the CEO of, or the owner of whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that's cool. What's up, man?
Yeah. Hey, bro.
Or like, what is that? It's a pretty successful company, knowing like, it's just like, I don't know.
You're the CEO of ExxonMobil. Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah. I don't give a fuck. No one's better than me. No one's worse than me.
No.
I treat everyone pretty
it is equal. Yeah.
across the board.
I'm not better or worse. You're another person that has a different role in something.
Yeah.
So no Tiger King as president.
No.
So, all right.
Be comical.
God, people already don't take us seriously.
It'd be comical. I think I'd take Mike Tyson over Tiger King.
Okay, so here's the pros of someone like Joe Rogan. Is Joe Rogan in combat shape?
Yeah.
Yes. Is Joe Rogan lethal as fuck? Yeah. Does he know how to hunt? Yes. Does he know how to shoot guns? Yes. Is he capable of, if he needs to, putting on the plate carriers and fucking handling the war that he started? Now, he might die because he's not a trained fucking soldier, but he's in fighting shape. He is in shape. So I like that. That's important to me. These geriatric fucks got to go.
No, I don't disagree, because I think a strong body is indicative of a strong mind.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't need the guy to be a tactician.
Not at all. But like, if he's meeting with Putin and Putin's just like, fuck you, and he rear naked chokes him out, like, we now own Russia. Like, right? Isn't that how it works?
Yeah. I don't
That's
know.
how you conquer.
Can we just like arm wrestle presidents?
I'm never like, I'll leave that for offline. But
What?
Well, no, I just, if this presidency does not go correct, like the way I feel like my vote was important enough to put him in this position to put people in fucking handcuffs and hold people accountable. If there's no accountability throughout this process, I am done voting forever. I will never vote. I will never fucking spend another dollar on politics, and I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want as a free man in this country.
You should already be doing that.
Yeah.
I already do, but I'm just going to I'm telling you.
All right, I'm going to rephrase the question now. Okay. Change the premise of the presidency one, but somebody that you know personally. If you could just install someone you know personally into the presidency.
You know what's funny? No one would ever say me.
There would be nobody that in my orbit that I would ever see fit for that.
Really? I would say Josh. I would say Josh out of almost all my friends.
No, there's nobody in my immediate orbit that
in this room, I would say Josh. In this room, I would say you, because you're a little more rational than me and Rob probably in your decision making.
There's no one in your orbit that you know personally.
Absolutely not.
Really?
Nope. There's nobody that's like, I mean, I know some smart individuals, but I mean, and that's another thing. Like,
no one comes to your mind as somebody who is like
my immediate orbit,
educated, thoughtful, disciplined, capable of leading. I have a few people that come to mind.
Could you imagine if I got into presidency? The world would end. A world would end.
I don't know.
I'd
man.
be
That's a hard. Like, I don't know.
Today.
Like, I don't know. There's so much to learn, and I just think that.
So this is what I would say then. I think that scares me simply for this. One, I don't think that Donald Trump versus Joe Biden or Obama or the Bushes or the Clintons or none of them, not one of them, are super unique or special in their capacity for leadership. Not one of them. And now if there is no one in your life that you have met that rises to the level that is capable of sitting in that seat, that scares me. Not you. I'm not you.
No,
I'm
no,
just
I'm
saying
saying,
in general.
Here's the deal.
That scares me.
I think to run a country, you've better ran some sort of a business. And you cannot come up through the ranks in government because government is a bunch of fucking bullshit. All of it. There's a bunch of waste, corruption. So it has to be an outsider, which appealed to me with Trump personally.
Okay.
Because I didn't really know a whole lot about Trump before this.
Well, he's not an
Started a
outsider
deal,
anymore.
Not now.
Oh yeah, he's the establishment.
But if I was to pick somebody, it would have to be somebody that it's not an establishment, right? They'd have to be somewhat of a business owner or somebody with some type of wealth that's not on the take, that's never been on the take. And that's why I'm saying Joe Rogan, self-made, literally.
So like wealth because you think it insulates you from corruptibility or being corrupted?
I think that people, when you are self-made and you've gotten knocked down and you had to drag yourself through the thick, the thin, I think that makes somebody. And that's why I say Andy Frisella, because if you know his story, right? And I don't know, I'm only going off of the books that I've read that I bought from him, all the podcasts and just the educational aspect for me doing my own research on him. Like he's self-made and doesn't give a fuck. And he's not leaning. I mean, he might lean a little bit more one way than the other, but he's more common sense than anyone, in my opinion. And so in my personal orbit, I don't have anybody that I would say that would be the person for the job.
Really?
Yeah. Not enough influence, not enough wealth. Might be good character, might be good moral character.
See, I care more about the character side.
I don't know. The character is definitely part of it, but you have to be able to influence people.
I think that with good character,
you have to be able to negotiate.
I don't disagree.
Which we don't do on either side.
Which we don't do on either side. On either side of what?
Of politics.
Oh.
We're at a stalemate. The fucking country's going to come to a complete shutdown at midnight tonight if we don't fucking, if we don't.
Is it?
Yeah.
Tonight's the shutdown?
Yeah.
Is a deadline? You know what? I just realized this bothers me. So your grip on your little pistol there?
This?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about it?
Well, it's all the way forward and doesn't offer any real estate for you to grip it.
This?
Yeah, your foregrip. Oh, that's how you do it? Okay. You do the 3-in-1?
Sucks ass for lefties.
I believe that. Let me see that.
Because look at my hand. Look at the ejection port.
Yeah.
It's a motherfucker.
Yeah.
The gun shoots smooth though. I mean, that thing, it does not feel like, I mean, have you shot this one, right? The SIG MPX. It's just like, now with that being said, I need a suppressor for it.
How come you haven't Form 1 that and turned that into a rifle and put a suppressor on that gun?
Why would I don't want to form anything. I don't want to register it.
He doesn't even register his trucks.
My truck's registered.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I don't know. What would that like benefit be?
It'd be cool.
Actually.
Oh. I like the
I digress.
collapsibility.
I actually really like this.
It's comfortable,
It's
huh?
great.
Yeah. I like that I can throw this in my backpack. It's
Yeah,
so
cool.
I could like almost conceal it under my belly.
Oh yeah.
Like it's really, you press up and then
Up and then.
yeah, and then around.
Yeah, this
Like
thing
that's
is cool.
super tiny now. And I could fit 30 rounds of freaking critical defense. Oh, it's a fucking killer.
It's awesome.
I like it. And the optics still zeroed out. Like
How long have you had this thing?
it was like the second gun I bought when I got to Idaho. I don't know, third.
This is
I don't
cool.
know. But I was like, I need a backpack gun that I can't have in California. What's off roster?
You better get your finger well below, away from that muzzle brake,
Yeah.
and blow the skin right off that thing.
I've never shot an MPX.
It doesn't blow the skin off my finger. But with that being said, when I shoot it, it does turn my fingers black.
Yeah, I believe that.
But yeah, I mean, it's a super fun gun to shoot. I mean,
But if you suppress it, that'll go away.
I need to. Whoa, Jesus Christ, that was heavier than I thought. Yeah, I need to suppress it. But I wish I got the one that was like 1 inch longer. So I have a little bit more forward for the ejection
Yeah.
because just having
Was
casings
that like a 4-inch barrel?
yeah, something like that. But what the ejections casing into or casings ejecting into my hand
Mm-hmm.
is super fucking annoying, and they're hot, dude. And after like 7 or 8 of them hit one after another, it's just like hot, 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 hot. And then I
Yeah.
get the red marks and the
Dude,
burn
that
marks.
suppressor was cooking yesterday.
They get hot.
Yeah, suppressors do get hot.
Yeah.
You know
So
what I
who
took?
you let's finish this off.
Okay.
Who are you choosing
And somebody that I know, or just in general.
in general?
You know, for sake of name recognition, so that this can be like kind of a more universally accepted answer, I'm gonna say Jocko, but it's not that I necessarily care about it being Jocko. I like, from what I can tell, I appreciate the character qualities and attributes that he has. And so if I were gonna pick someone just blind, it would be someone that seems to reflect similar values and those character traits.
Who are you picking?
I'll piggyback. I'll go Joe Rogan. I'll
The
go Joe
rogues,
Rogan.
the roguey.
Yeah, and also too,
This would be a good one to close this one out with.
Well, okay.
Let's
well,
hear
then,
it in the comments. Who would you pick? Either celebrity status, somebody that you know in your life, or
Yeah, I don't care about celebrity. I do think that you're right. I think that some kind of success in running an organization would be prudent, but I care more about character. Now, I think Jocko's a good mix of, he has multiple successful businesses.
Yep.
He leads multiple organizations. He does leadership training very successfully.
He writes kids' books.
He has experience leading, like on the ground, military or otherwise. And he seems to be, from what I can tell, pretty ethically, like he's pretty ethically in line with what I care about
Yeah.
and morally in line with what I care about. So to me, that's why I would say
Joe Rogan is smoking weed in the Oval Office, though.
See, and that's my reservation about Rogan is
Rational decision making when he's stoned.
well, he's still
Just like, fuck it, I'll sign that.
he still very much has his vices. And I'm not saying that somebody like Jocko doesn't. I would be curious when it came down to, okay, I need you to be disciplined and dial it in. Like, is there going to be a level where he's willing to put away some of the more childish things?
Well, do you think a president should not be able to smoke weed?
Do I think a president should not be able to smoke weed? I don't care about the weed. I care about a person always being sound of mind and being able to make a decision whenever that situation comes up. Because at what point are you ever off the job? Are you ever off the clock as a president?
But do you think being stoned inhibits your ability to make decisions?
Yes. 100%.
Based on what, though?
I've been a medic for 11 years. Being stoned inhibits your decisions.
Weed stoned.
Yes. In a different capacity than alcohol.
Oh, alcohol's way worse.
But
Yeah.
it absolutely changes your decision.
dude, I make all my great decisions on alcohol.
Yeah. In a different capacity, but it absolutely changes your decision making paradigm.
Okay. So should a president be allowed to drink alcohol?
On the job, I don't think that it's wise.
But if they're on the clock all the time?
I just said I don't think it's wise.
But
Like,
you had a firm no for weed.
I said on the job, which is while you were in office, I don't think it would be wise to be somebody who is regularly consuming mind-altering substances.
So no alcohol, no weed. What about mushrooms? But only on your days off when you're golfing.
So here's the
Certainly
deal.
not.
So both of those two people, Joe Rogan,
Joe Rogan.
yeah, Joe Rogan, and Andy, they both are using using marijuana all the time, right? I don't care about the marijuana. Honestly, I think you should do whatever you want.
I don't care about.
I think on the job, 100% at that level.
But when is the president
your
off the
head
job?
better be clear.
But when is the
No,
president?
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It'd be
And
a,
so, like, for me,
be a no-go.
like it's almost like there's a level of dereliction of duty. Like when you hear about somebody who was a playboy like JFK, always drinking, always boozing, always doing, like, at a certain point you are neglecting your office because are you really always of sound mind to be able to make
But I think that's why
critical
they have the checks and
decisions?
balances, right? You have the Speaker of the House, you have the Vice President, you know what I mean? So then you have your cabinet. But yes, I
Yep,
believe.
But what happens when you are faced with decisions that you're not running through a checked system?
Yeah, no, I get it.
Mis-
100%.
Mr. President, we need you to come to the situation room. We're dealing with an imminent threat.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me hit this
We
joint.
we need you to right, exactly. Like
Hold up. Where's the bong at? There's
Yeah.
a war?
so and I think that's an entirely fair question because I have to ask myself, if I were the president, am I going to say I'm never going to have a glass of wine with dinner? Right?
Mhm.
Well, I think in order for me to be consistent with that premise, I would have to say that's what the answer should be.
No.
That's
I
what the
don't-
answer should be.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. That's why I can't be president. Because if I want to eat a bag of mushrooms, I'm going to the fucking moon in the White House. I might actually go to the fucking moon for real.
Yeah.
I might say I'm the president. Someone put me up in this bitch. And then I'm sitting in the moon going, well, what the fuck do I do here?
You think they let the president shoot guns?
If you
think-
wanted to, I'm sure they would.
Think so?
Yeah.
I think it'd be unethical if a president didn't. It is our civic duty as Americans to own guns. And if the president is anti-gun, that is a
No.
big
I'm like, you think the Secret Service is like, yeah, it's cool, Mr. President. Like, go grab the MPX.
I don't think Trump can now because he's a convicted felon at this point. So I think they took all of his guns. I think he had to give them all to Don.
Really
That's
Yeah.
bullshit.
interesting,
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
But if
'Cause
you
we-
wanted to, I'm guaranteed they're
dude.
going
Like,
over to,
if I'm
going
president,
to the range.
0% chance I'm not carrying everywhere I go.
Everywhere I go, I have a gun on
Zero.
me.
I've got diplomatic immunity forever for life in all countries. Like,
I will
I
always
am
have a
always
gun.
packing.
Yes. 1,000%.
Like, cool. Secret Service does a great job. I don't care. I am always packing.
But do they?
Somebody cacks rounds off at me, I'm firing back.
Yeah, I mean, dude,
Like, and I'm like open. I'm gonna get some like cool open carry, you know,
revolver on one side and a fucking bayonet on the other, dude.
or like, dude, go Boondock Saints and get the like under the jacket, you know, dual wheel.
yeah. Did you see there was a whole thing about what's the freakishly tall Trump kid?
Barron?
Yeah. There was something that someone's like all over the internet and it blew up. It was like all over X.
The time traveler.
No, he was like, oh well, he is he's wearing a girdle, and you could tell these fucking Trump kids. He's wearing a girdle. You
What's
could see it
A girdle.
like around his like girdle, and it's like that's a plate carrier. That's 1,000%.
Oh, he was wearing.
They were
plates.
accusing him of wearing like a girdle to make himself seem skinnier or
Oh.
whatever it's called, and it was very clear. Like you could tell that he was wearing soft body armor.
Oh,
And it was so weird that it just went so viral. And all these liberals are like, yeah, fuck him, haha, all this shit. And I'm like, how are you guys mistaking? Like, how are you?
because they don't know what a plate carrier looks like. That's fine. I mean,
I guess that's
whatever.
true. It was just really interesting to me. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
How the fuck? You could see, I mean,
I'm so glad I don't wear soft armor or body armor every day. It's so uncomfortable.
nothing fun about it.
Nothing fun about it.
But
You get used to it. I
the
get it.
Hyperfly shit,
That's the real low profile, super light stuff.
yeah,
Right?
it stopped 7.62 too. I mean, it's,
Yeah, but dude,
I don't want to trust that.
7.62 striking soft armor.
Oh no, yeah, you're hurting, but you're not dead.
bro.
You're broken, but you're not dead. You know what I mean? You get hit right here, it's broken,
Oh,
not dead.
if you got struck by 7.62 on soft body armor that may be capable of stopping penetration, but it hit you directly over your heart, it
A
is
cardiac event.
It is a non-zero chance that you are dying just by virtue of that energy transfer.
Yeah. Yep.
I can't remember what it's called. It's more common in kids. Oh man, this is gonna bother me.
SIDS.
Nope. It's an event where you deal with like blunt trauma, usually to your chest.
Mhm.
And
you hit it
That's
in
it's at
between
a,
beats.
It's at a specific cycle during, I believe, repolarization,
Mhm.
and it will throw you into instant cardiac arrest.
Yeah, I don't know what that's called.
It's
but I know what
very
you're talking about.
reversible
Yeah.
if you can get to them. So like if you can get a defibrillator on them, but it happens in like games all the time. Kid will take a basketball in the chest and just like out.
Yeah.
There's videos of it. I
Yeah.
can't remember. Man, that's gonna bother me. Man, I learned about that in school. I haven't talked about it since then. But
Frail
anyways,
bodies.
I'm going to get my enhanced. So
Do it.
I
Do
gotta
it,
go.
do it.
all right, y'all. No quarter pod on all the things. Give us a follow. Still trying to break that 1,000 follower mark
Yeah,
on
let's do it.
YouTube.
What
So
the
come on,
fuck?
let's go. Hype us up a little bit
Yeah.
How does Michelle Obama have more followers than us? And she started on Thursday.
because she's got a wiener. Wait.
Clip it.
All right, y'all. Thank you. We love you.
Out.